First, I have two pieces of coordinating fabrics cut according to the pattern that we have, like this, already cut, okay. On one side of the pattern, on one side of the fabric, I have used an interfacing on it so that the fabric basket would have some sturdiness on it and stand when we put things inside, okay. And then the first thing we're going to do is we would fold both fabrics like this, okay, into half, this way, right, okay. And then we're going to take some pins, right, and pin them like this. This is how we're going to, this is the way we're going to sew the fabric, and so I would pin it this way so it wouldn't move when I sew, okay. So I will sew them this way in this side as well because we're going to sew this side. Okay. There. So, and then we will do the same for the other piece. It doesn't matter which fabric you're going to put the interfacing on because it's a reversible basket. Okay. Okay. After pinning this properly, okay, we're going to start sewing. Okay. Lift your presser feet up and put this there. Put the presser feet on. Okay. We're going to sew this using a 1/2 inch allowance, and what we're going to do is we're going to line the edge of the fabric to the edge of this presser foot that you have. Okay. Don't forget to backstitch. Remove your pins as you are sewing. It's very, very important that you don't sew over your pins, all right? At the end of this stitching, you're going to backstitch again. Okay, don't forget. And snip off the thread, okay? And next we go to the next stitch, okay? Remember, we're going to stitch here, this side and this side. We're going to start sewing, okay, by, remember when we sew it's going to be, there's a back stitch whenever you start sewing, okay, and then we continue, okay, remove the pins as we go along, okay. When we reach the pins, you have to remove the pins, always remember that, okay. And your eyes will be looking at the side of the fabric, all right, not on your needle. That way you can get a straight stitch. Okay, continue all the way, just a straight stitch, okay, with your eyes focusing on the edge of the fabric all the way until the end. When you finish, back stitch, right? And now remove the needle, okay. Yeah, you're done. Okay, now for the next stitch. Put it in again, okay. Always focus your eye on the left. Okay, and cut your thread. Here we are. The two stitchings that we have. It's good practice to cut away all the excess threads with your thread snipper. Okay, and now we're going to do the same for the other side of the fabric. This one, okay. We're starting on our next piece of fabric. We're finished with our two pieces of fabrics, okay, both sewn on this side and this side, right? Okay, and now we're going to make the corners of our fabric basket, okay. It's very simple. Okay, open this up this way, okay, here, and then we're going to sew across here with a 1/2 inch seam allowance as well. So what you want to do is you want to open up your seam. This is your seam. You want to open it up so that it's flat, right? Okay, I'm going to use some pins to pin them. I'm going to pin this open. Okay, and you're going to do them for all 4 corners that you have. All right, so I'm going to do this first. Okay, I'm going to sew this first before I pin the next sides, right? Same thing again. Okay, line the side of your fabric to the side of the presser foot, right? Okay, remember to back stitch. Okay, when you are going past a few layers of fabric that's a bit thicker, remember to just go a little bit slower. All right. Okay, now continue on to the next 3 sides of the corners. We're gonna do the same. Open them up. Okay, flatten the seam and pin. Always pin before you sew, right? So your fabrics won't move as you're sewing. Okay. Okay, ta-da! Okay, one side of our basket is done. Look at that. Okay, next. Just do exactly the same as you did for the previous one. Open it up. Okay, align the seams. Okay, see, we're going to align the seams. If you want this to look nicer, you can give it a good press before pinning it, right? And we're done. See? We have 2 ready made like squares, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take this one, the lining, and place it on top of your inside the main piece. Okay, and we're going to try to align the top. Guide, I'm going to line this seam together. and pin it like we did just now. Okay, next I'm going to line all the way across, okay, to check whether it aligns. It should if you cut your pattern properly, alright? Okay, the thing to remember is not to pull this, not to pull this like this, okay, as you are trying to align this. We tend to do that. Okay, pinning it all across for us to sew. Now we're ready to stitch. Most of your sewing machines will come with an attachment where you can remove, okay, remove that, okay, so that you can sew, put your fabric across here, okay, and sew it all around. Okay. I'm just going to start right before this seam over here. Okay. Remember to back stitch when you start. And remove your pins. Okay, and keep going until we reach about 2 inches from the beginning of your stitch just now. So we're going to back stitch here. Okay. Cut. We left this gap of about 3 inches, okay, for us to turn this inside out. And we're almost done. Now we just turn everything from inside to out. Oh, look at that. Place this inside, your lining inside, and there you have it. Okay, look at that. So this is the final stitching we're going to do, a top stitch all around so that we can close up this gap as well. Okay, before we do that, we'll have a quick pressing. Okay, here's our top stitch. I'll just pin on this place where we have a gap. Okay, this stitch is going to be visible on the outside, and therefore I'm going to increase the stitch length to a 3.0, a little larger. Okay, I'm just going to eyeball this to about a 1 mm. Okay. Okay. We're going to backstitch as well, even for this one. Okay, it's just going to go all around at 1 mm away from the edge. Backstitch. And ta-da, we're done. Okay, as usual, cut off the remnant threads, the edge, and then here our fabric basket. You can fold it so that you see part of the other fabric, the accompanying fabric, and here we are.